It's Tuesday night, January 16th, 2024, 10:54 p.m. I'm sitting here taking a break from copywriting exercise. I'm working on AY's lesson 3, swipe file number 2, which talks about Sereno's Bloody Mary mix. And I'm hand copying the exercises. This one happens to be an email, and I'm hand copying it word for word, which is part of the exercise that AY makes you do. And something really shitty happened to me today. My alternator went out in Aurora, which is, I don't know, 30 miles from where I am. And uh, it's cold. It's 0 degrees, and the battery lamp came on when I picked up a family at O'Hare. And I told them about it, but I took the chance anyway, and I still gave them a ride out there. And every mile of the way, I had my heart in my throat, freaking out, praying to God I could at least get them to where they were going. It was a family of 3, mother, father, and a girl in her 20s, coming back from someplace warm. So they had, luggage with them that was in the trunk. The mother and daughter were in the back, and the large father sat in the front with me. And I had my guitar, acoustic guitar, in the back, in the trunk. But it was 0 degrees. When I picked them up at O'Hare, it got up to about 3 degrees. And as soon as I got them out at the fashion mall, the Aurora Fashion Mall, I drove around to the parking lot to find a spot, called the guy who put in the battery last time I had 2 issues with the car, and he says, as soon as I tell him what's wrong with it, the car comes to a stop. He says, that's not the battery, that's the alternator. I've gone through this before. That is the alternator, your alternator. And sure as shit, the little fan with the little helicopter blade indicator was on, along with the lamp, the battery lamp. And by this time, because I was running out of gas, I had driven out of the parking lot to make my way to a gas station as I was talking to him, but the car just straight up stalled right there on the road, right outside the fashion mall, on a place called Farnsworth Road, and it's a curving road, and I just happened to be right at the end of the curve. So cars coming behind me just saw me as they were coming around the curve behind me, and I was sitting there, freezing my ass off, freaking out. Oh, and by the way, before that, about an hour and a half before that, I got swiped by some idiot mailman in his little mail truck who just swiped right by my side because his steering wheel's on the opposite side of regular vehicles. So maybe he didn't see me. Maybe he was concentrating on delivering mail. I don't know. But I went by him. He was parked. And right about the time, I guess, as I was passing him going on my way in a residential area, he sped up to go, I guess, deliver his next box. and I hear this clunk clunk against my side of my car on the passenger side, and I honk at him, and again it's freezing cold, so even the horn isn't as loud. I don't know, the cold is knocking everything out. And I go around and look at it, and he comes over and he's laughing at it. Oh, it's okay, nothing happened. It didn't do anything to it. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's laughing about it. He's having to think it's a fucking joke. I could have went off, but there wasn't a big. I think there was a slight, small dip, but I didn't not enough to make a big deal about it. I was just fucking pissed off and just went on about my way. And then I went to O'Hare, picked up this family. Lamp is on. I do mention it to them, just so they are aware. But even in the traffic at O'Hare, it takes over 40 minutes to drop them off at the Fashion Mall in Aurora. But I make it there, and um, so I'm sitting on the road in Farnsworth in the curve, and cars are, zooming behind me, going on their way, and I'm freezing. There's no heat now, and the phone is dying. So I'm trying to call the insurance company. I'm on hold for over a half hour trying to get somebody. Finally, this idiot girl finally gets on the phone. She's wasting time asking me every single question imaginable. And I'm telling her, listen, I am not in a safe location. Could we speed up this process? Oh, okay. And with every question she asks me, she has to verify it in her system and look for the information that I am giving her. That she's asking me, I give her, and she can type. You can literally. She says, for example, Northwest Northwest High. I'm losing my mind. And so before I finally got somebody on the phone, I did call 911 because I was on hold forever. So 911 said they'd send a patrol car. A patrol car did show up. An Aurora car showed up with a female and a male. They came in, they sat behind me in the cold. She didn't even have a coat. She just had like her long blouse. And her partner stayed inside for the most part. Um, but they said that they call a tow truck for me, just in case this girl couldn't get it done. But this girl, before they came actually. This girl on the phone asked for my address. I tell her I'm at the Fashion Mall, the Aurora Fashion Mall. I'm looking at the sign right in front of me. It says Chicago Premium Outlet Mall. Even though it's Chicago, we're in Aurora. So most people call it the Aurora Fashion Mall, but technically it's Chicago Premium Outlet. I read the sign to her. I tell her where I am. She wants to know the exact pinpoint location. I tell her I don't have that. She says, "What's your zip code?" I don't know what my zip code is. Well, if you don't know what your zip code is, sir, how can we send the truck to you? And she hangs up on me. I try to call back. I can't get anyone for the next 2 hours, and my phone is dying. So the cops called a tow truck. They take it. It's going to cost me $175 for that plus storage fee, another $50 for that. It cost me $43 to Uber back to home, and I'm sitting here trying to work on copywriting. Despite all of that, I'm trying to put that in the back of my mind as much as I can for now, this moment. But my point is, despite life happening, or life happens. Life really happens, and when you have a goal, you still have that burning desire. You have that question. The question remains: is this what you want to do? If I want to become a copywriter, I will continue to work on becoming a copywriter regardless of what happens. It's painful because it's not happening. Nothing is, I'm in the studying phase, and as you can see, I'm in an industry that is, is killing me. It's, I can't seem to find another way out, but um, at one point I was able to make ends meet, but not anymore, not with this. But it's all I have for now. And until I can write my way out, the way, to use a line from Hamilton, I will keep looking for other options. I'm on Craigslist, and I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm looking online, and I talk to people that I meet, but nothing else is available. A lot of lip service from a lot of people, a lot of concerned people, but concern doesn't pay bills, and um, yeah, I'm there. So this is part of my journey for becoming a copywriter, and I hope I can look back at this in the future and this be a distant memory.